Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Coming live from Fire Per Heart, showing God, and that's you, and that's you, and that's me, and that's me. That's what we hope all will be, and we should know, too, is Easter's around the corner. Full moon's Saturday. Expect to see the people that are already displaying huge alarming signs of lunacy out and about. Some are trying to go with, a lot of them are paid. I'd say it's a mix of all the above, and we deserve every bit of chaos we got because so many people in America thought they were God. I can't say that this was fully inspired. I've been scanning through old movies to newer 90s movies. Someone was bringing up, it was the God Rules Station, and he has another one, I believe, and discussing Val Kilmer and like the last movies they were in. There was like a group that kind of just, they kind of did just kind of leave. It was almost as if they just left Hollywood. Kevin Costner, I don't know if he had moved sooner than that, but some of them just kind of left. And I noticed breezing through some movies, I couldn't get through most of those either. Lots of like the what was it, Fallen Angels or LA Angels. Meg Ryan was in it, you know, the other Cage, the famous guy. Then there was the one called the Ninth Gate. We tried to get through it, but it was about 2 hours long. And the little we had got about an hour in. I would say they could have made that a little better in about an hour 15. A whole hour could have been cut out. I noticed that a lot with movies. The last 30 years is they would just kind of like fill it in. It was like they knew they could just produce some kind of crappy work, and because the people were so in love with the stars in it, they just, I guess, sit through the crappy movie. But Ninth Gate started out pretty strong, but it is labeled horror. I would say a light horror film in comparison today. I don't watch horror films. I will fast forward sex scenes and that. And I was also looking at sitcoms. It was called, oh no, I'm going to forget. Louder Milk. And they couldn't get through the first episode. It's a newer one, I believe. Maybe not. I don't know. It's a sitcom. And they couldn't get through the first episode without something in just gross in front of kids. Sexual. Old men. Like, you'd have to watch. It's about recovery. And you could say the guy that leads this particular recovery group is quite unorthodox. That part of it's funny, I must say. There's a funny element to it. And when he opens the meeting, he talks about the joys of sobriety, but you wouldn't really maybe think that's where he is. I would describe him more of as a dry drunk. That's a terminology in AA. So the priest in this sitcom, so let's say I'm on the second or third episode, is does this verse, and it really shocked me that he read the verse. But then he told the guy to F you, and that really became trendy the last several years. I'd like to say I regret my sailor mouth, but free speech is a big deal. I tried a different angle with my message. You know, I've had several different ideas I tried with the Lord, and you'd say, well, you should actually know exactly what you're doing. Look, me and God go about business the way we go about business. You can go about business the way you want to go about business. I do know, I believe I had this hat, or my other black, is this page boy hat? Don't know. And love these. This one came with a bow. I didn't like the bow. The only gross part, I couldn't get all the glue off. I'm not sure how I would get the glue off. I took the bow off. It was a little bow. Got this at a resale shop with the tag on it, I believe. Or no, it just didn't look like no one had touched it. And it was like $3. and it has glitter in it, like a glitter tweed type thing going on. Just the slightest. It used to shimmer more. It's seen its share of washes. So blessings of true worship, Isaiah 58. And it was verse 10. I wanted to go to 9, 10, and 11. When I say, I don't know if I started out that tonight as you have to read the description of my show. You don't know what you're getting into here. And I'm not always going to warn you if the message is for victims to find their voice or figure out their escape or whatever they have to do of heinous things being done to them. I hope those messages get out to children. My station was actually, I was getting reported for it could harm children, and they have drag queens with YouTube stations for children. So those were clips where I was discussing transgender issues and saying get the perverts out of the school and the night and all that. So verse 10, and if thou draw out thy soul to the hungry and satisfy the afflicted soul, then shall the light rise in obscurity and thy darkness be as the noonday. The priest on the show read a more modern version. You see modern or watered down. 10, extend is for the word and if thou extend out thy soul to the hungry and satisfy the afflicted soul, then shall the light rise in obscurity and thy darkness be as the noonday. The more you put the focus on what's important with God, the more you bring light to the earth. This can be in thoughts and acts, and if you have the smallest world possible, meaning you have less contact with more people, or your being with Christ. If you were on a deserted island, you still have spiritual ability. Granted, it's much easier or more effective when we have contact with a fellow human being to share the truth. Truth is light. When truth is revealed on a subject, we have light. We get the inspirational truth from it. Lies and covers-ups and secrets makes people stupid because a lot of their brain has to focus on the covers. It's far more work to be criminally minded than good. I told my husband, I was so upset about it. He says, you have the cutest eyebrows. I said, yeah, some of the videos, they got him looking like Charlie Chaplin. So that's cool. Whatever does this shit. Just a little light moment there. And I wanted to make sure to remind you guys about that because I had forgot. Yes, it looks like 2. Yeah. So we're going to try reading that again. We're going to go to 9, then 10 and 11. Then shall thou call, and the Lord shall answer. Thou shalt cry, and he shall say, Here I am. If thou take away from the midst of thee the yoke, the putting forth of the finger, and speaking vanity, pointing of wickedness, then shalt thou call, and the Lord shall answer. Thou shalt cry, and he shall say, Here I am. Thou take away from the midst of thee the yoke, the putting forth of the finger and speaking vanity. And the Lord shall guide thee continually and satisfy thy soul in drought and make fat thy bones, and thou shalt be like a watered garden and like a spring of water whose waters fail not. 58 is an amazing one in Isaiah, and I recommend reading that. So he's saying when you draw your focus is where? We have to get better, so there's some internal focus. That's in between, but our first focus is what are we contributing into the environment around us? Are we contributing more problems? Are we trying to help restore light with Jesus? In what way? Well, I can't do nothing. This, that, the other. I can't even blankety blank. Well, maybe you're supposed to be an intercessor at home, almost like a monk. See, the dark side, they have all kinds of hidden corridors of seances and God knows what going on 24/7 against the children of light of Christ. So you better bet God needs at home, even intercessors. They're able to put all their focus on prayer. And, well, it's going to sound new agey, manifesting with Jesus, the light. He may even give you a focus. Maybe check it though. Check the spirits. Make sure it's genuine. It's what God keeps bringing you back to. No matter how many times you try to run away from it. Yeah. Run away from it. Yep. Wow. Coming from experience, don't. If it looks like it's not easy to run away. God will make it easy to run away if you're supposed to run away. Well, I can't always say that. I don't want to lie. He'll make it easy, but sometimes he even just says, yup, it's all gone. Have fun in the car, if you're lucky to have a car. So I'm just saying, like, he makes it pretty clear when he needs you to go, or whatever the situation may be. And if, well, you didn't finish what he needed you to finish, where you were supposed to stay, then. And it's something that he really was set on. Like, it wasn't just like a drawn out of the hat type of thing when you were born, because those people exist, by the way. They usually have the most outlandish stories of the dark side trying to take them down that people just tune out. They just tune out. They're just like, well, I didn't hear that one. So let's focus on Isaiah 58. And I either have tried to say it 3 times. Don't let up. Put your thumb on the government. Don't let up. Keep them scrambling. They better scramble this stuff right. 30 more years is way too long. When children's units are in danger this long with unqualified personnel overseeing them, we've got a serious problem. So you keep your thumb, get Walls out of there. Is he in prison yet, that little creep? Okay, there's so many of them, it's hard to keep track. So, and I say we don't have enough prisons. We have plenty of prisons. Stick them in with the thugs that don't like pedophiles. Okay, go ahead, report that. Have a good one.